Hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel, and that it is what it is trademarked, by the way. With that said, if you don't mind, give us a thumbs up. Really does help these videos out. Rainy, nasty day. Was beautiful out through the weekend. Beautiful yesterday. It's a rainy, swampy, cold afternoon here, so I'm in the saw shop and I need to get this 362c button and back up. You missed the last video on this build, we mainly pulled this particular saw back down mainly just to swap a piston, really, to be honest with you, and kill out some intake timing and kind of throw my compression at it a different way. It pulled chain well, but just seemed like it was overly rich, and like the M-Tronics just was not happy with what I'd done. And instead of cutting the squish band to get my compression up, I cut a little pop-up in the piston, and I ain't saying that hurt it or helped it, but now I sat and took my time, and we got the squish clearance cut out of the squish band, which is what I should have done originally instead of being lazy and just chucking the piston in the lathe and cutting a pop. And I do understand there are some saws that have that horrible ring of death, and that, you know, a pop-up's about your only way to get, you know, some decent compression out. I didn't give it a lot of intake timing. There's a reason behind that. First off, I don't think it liked it to begin with, and secondly, there ain't a lot of room in that intake to work with. You have the impulse port that comes in directly below the intake port, and I don't really want to screw with this piston, to be honest with you. So we'll time it out here again for you guys. I've done zeroed this thing out. The intake 74. That's fine. You got to remember, you have the duration from your strato ports. I'll show the cylinder. They are raised back. What little the cylinder was lowered. If you ain't watched any of my other videos, it's a 10 thou feeler gauge. How I do it, you don't have to do it that way, but it's how I do it. I don't trust eyeballing anything. That's just me, just my opinion. I'm set my own ways, but 104.3 on the exhaust screw. I was looking all over the bench for that. It's in my pocket. It's my little pick I've made. Transfers. Primaries 130. Secondaries 132. Nothing here. I'll show you what I'd done before. Just slightly went in and unshrouded this stuff. There ain't no room to go hog anything out. You'd run into issues sealing against your cases, I do believe. I could be wrong. I'm sure someone's done it. And yeah, I've seen guys that'll cut all of that out, but this guy ain't gonna do that. Exhaust port, I didn't touch it, just left it alone. It is good enough. And honestly, I'd already raised the uppers. Had already raised the strato ports before, so all I done was modify the intake a little bit. You guys another look at that. I did widen it as much as I lowered it, and looking at that piston, there was plenty of room, so we left a typical texture in it. I think she's ready to bolt back on, so hopefully the next thing you guys see is a startup video, and if we have some miracle in nature and it quits raining, we'll get a cutting video, or I may just wait till the day it's not raining and finish the video. Anyway, she'll bust off and run. Got it choked, filled up with fuel. And she should keep running on choke. some before I do the reset on the M-tronics because it requires holding it in the limiter once it warms up. But let's fire it. Alright guys, I've ran the saw in some smaller locust. It's pulling like a train. That chain's got one of my grinds on it, but I did go back over it with a file and touch some things up because it'd been a while since it was ground and I didn't want to grind it again. But the drags are set to the husky soft wood setting, and it was just slicing through that locust like butter. I may try to find some more of it, but this yellow poplar, it's been sitting here for a while. I ain't gonna say it's hard, but it ain't soft either. So we'll run this thing and show you guys how she's performing. That piece of wood's probably 16 inches or something. Maybe you can judge by the saw sitting on it. Holy shit, that thing is strong. It had the torque before with the other porting, but I'm assuming maybe just that all of that intake timing just was throwing more at it than the M-tronics. Anyway guys, this probably long enough. Sorry I didn't go into more detail or do any grinding or anything on video. Just wanted to see the process of, you know, what we had going on here. I can't wait to get this thing out and slay some wood with it. But anyway guys, thank y'all for watching. Everybody have a good one.